Thank you to Simply Safe for sponsoring today's video. Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video we are going to be installing our new stove in the kitchen and then doing a couple other little things in there like touch-up paint and just completely finishing up the kitchen. And then we'll be installing a new security system in our home, and then the last project we'll be making a custom planter box for outside and planting some beautiful vines. Jalen's going to make a trellis for it. So I hope that you enjoy today's video. We have been loving this new stove the last couple of days. I'll be sure and put a link for it down below. We got it on clearance, and then we also had a 10% off coupon code. Getting a new stove was kind of the last step in this kitchen makeover. We can't believe it's finally finished. We're just loving how it turned out. Next Saturday's video will be the complete kitchen makeover. In that video, we'll start all the way back from when we first bought this home, and I'll take you through the whole entire process from start to finish, so you'll be able to see the kitchen transform in one video. So here is the electric stove that we ended up going with. We got this one for a pretty good price on clearance. This one is the Samsung brand. It does have a little skinny drawer down here at the bottom, but I never really use the drawers under my stoves. And then the top up here is 5 burners, so the 2 big front ones are the fast broils, 2 smaller ones, and then you do have a warming center here at the middle. And here's what the top looks like up here. This is a self-cleaning oven, so I can do a steam clean. It's got roast, bake, broil, dehydrate, a couple different options on here. So yeah, that is the new stove. I'm excited to do some cooking and baking on this stove, and once we do a little bit of touch-up paint in here today, the kitchen will finally be completely finished. We finally ordered a retractable clothesline off of Amazon because we've got all this amazing sunshine. Why not hang some of our clothes out to dry out here? I'll put a link for this one down below. And my rose bush over here, back in the winter time, I trimmed this way back because we wanted to clear this little walkway right here. So the rose bush used to be way over here, and I trimmed it all the way back to here. And now that it's springtime, this thing is just covered in blooms and little buds. Way more than last year, and I know it's probably because I trimmed this back so far. I'm not sure if you can see just how many buds are on this thing. It is crazy, completely covered in them. It's going to be so beautiful here in a week or two. And then also my pomegranate bush over here, this is getting a ton of blooms on it as well. Not necessarily blooms, but it gets these little buds on it, which will turn into pomegranates. Okay, now we are getting started on the touch-up on the walls. Right there is where the old countertop used to be, so Jalen had to patch that, and then I got started on the touch-up paint. And the paint that we used in our entire house is Agreeable Gray by Sherwin-Williams. When we installed these boards here on the island, we waited to install that little piece there at the top until after the new countertops were installed. So Jalen went ahead and nailed in that little piece there at the top of the boards, and then he filled in all of the nail holes and the cracks at the edges and things, and then came in and painted that. And we painted these boards with the same paint that we painted our kitchen cabinets with, and I'll put a link for that down below. Anything that you see in these videos, I usually try to link them down below in the description box. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time any links for things will be down there. At this point, the putty on the wall had dried, so I went ahead and painted that and then did some touch-up paint up along the tiles. And then over here on this window seal, when the contractors had painted the whole kitchen and the house in here, they actually didn't get all the paint on this window seal right here, and so we hadn't touched up the paint on here yet. We were kind of waiting until after we did the tile because, like I said, when we installed the tile, we were thinking about having the tile go up on top of this window seal, but then we decided not to do that, so I just went ahead and painted that here today. We finished the kitchen and now we are unboxing our new security system. We're going to go ahead and get this installed today, and this system is from Simply Safe. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this video is sponsored by Simply Safe, which we are so incredibly grateful for. We have been wanting to install a new security system for a while. We film our home here on YouTube for over 160,000 people, so having a really good security system is very important to us. The first thing we're installing here is their smart lock, and this has so many awesome features. After that was installed, Jalen plugged in our base station here in the kitchen. Now Jalen is installing the Simply Safe smoke alarm here in our office, and he's connecting that to the base station with this wireless keypad right here. He installed the entry sensors on the doors and the windows. We tried those out and they work awesome. We love how sleek and small they are. You don't even hardly notice them. They're really easy to install. The whole entire system is incredibly easy to install yourself in under an hour, and then from there your home is professionally monitored 24/7. And they've got so many great extras that we installed, like water sensors, temperature sensors, and HD cameras. It's just such a comfort to have this system installed, and the monitoring center will call the police if it's alerted to anything. You can go to simplysafe.com/happyhome to check out Simply Safe's home security that keeps your home safe 24/7. Now we are going to work on an outside project. Jalen's going to make a custom rectangular wooden planter box for these bougainvilleas right here. We had this other little vine in this pot over here temporarily, but I was waiting for them to start selling bougainvilleas because that's what I originally wanted to put here. They're going to get covered in beautiful pink flowers and just be a pretty pop of color off of the gray stucco. And we also decided that we wanted to do a rectangular stained planter box right here, and Jalen wanted to make a different type of trellis that we could stain as well. So that is what he is building here. He's building it the same way he built the planter boxes on the front porch, if you saw the front porch makeover video. The only difference with these is that they will be a rectangular shape instead of a square, and we're also going to stain this planter box instead of painting it black like we did the ones on the front porch. So just like the other planter boxes, Jalen was able to make these completely out of scrap wood from his shop, which was really awesome because wood prices are crazy right now. So it's nice that we've got a little bit of a stockpile of wood in our shop. So he took a 2x6 board and he cut 4 pieces for those corner pieces, and then he took a 1x4 board, he cut those to size, and then he attached them to 2 of the corner pieces. If this is making any sense, I had to ask him for the measurements and I'm trying to explain it here, but you can pretty much see in the video, he takes those 2 corner pieces and he attaches the 1x4 pieces to it. And once he had the 2 sides made, then he attached the 2 sides together with some 1x4 pieces on the side, and it just turned out so cute. Just a perfect little planter box that's super easy to make. Rectangular wooden planter boxes can be really expensive to buy. I was looking at some online, so the fact that he was able to build one is so awesome, and it turned out really beautiful once it was stained. I'm staining this box with our favorite stain color, which is Special Walnut. This only took 1 coat, and then once this was completely dry, we got this all sealed up. Jalen decided to just do a simple square trellis for the bougainvillea, and he did this by stripping a 2x6 board into these strips. He said it was probably about 1.5 inch strips, and then he just pieced this together and it turned out really awesome. I stained this just so that it would look nice. I mean, eventually it's going to be all covered up by the bougainvillea. I'm hoping that it will just grow like crazy and get covered in pink flowers and completely cover up this trellis. But in the meantime, it will look beautiful and stained. And after I had stained the trellis, then Jalen went ahead and put a sealer on the box, and then he put the sealer on the trellis as well. Now we are planting the bougainvilleas into the box, and then I tied up some of the stems onto the trellis just to encourage it to grow up over the trellis, and I cannot wait to see this thing take off and to get covered in beautiful pink flowers. I'll try to show some updates in the videos every once in a while if it's growing a lot. Jalen did an amazing job on this box and this trellis. It just turned out so beautiful. I'm so glad that we decided to stain it instead of painting it black, because we've already got a lot of black paint going on the carport, and so the stained wood is a nice contrast here. And the bougainvilleas will get sunlight for half the day, and then the second half of the day they're in shade, so they aren't in shade all the time, so I'm hoping that they will do really well over here. And yes, we still do need to work on that screened-in porch over there, finishing the fascia, doing something about that ugly screen door and the brown screen, so stay tuned for that. We're hoping to work on that here soon. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and don't forget to go and check out Simply Safe at simplysafe.com/happyhome, and I will see you in a couple days with a brand new video. Bye!